Hello students, I hope you all are doing well today. Welcome back to another Science 3 class. I am Miss JL and today's topic will be about locomotion in animals, that is gait of animals, how the structure of animals help in locomotion. Okay. Now, before I go to the main topic, I want to give a few revisions on what you have studied in the previous class. So I hope everyone knows the definition of locomotion by now and the necessary of locomotion, right? So locomotion means act of moving from one place to another. Okay, and you might wonder why locomotion is so necessary for animals, right? Now I'm going to explain few important points on why locomotion is so important. Okay, so for number one, locomotions is important for animals because they have to move from unfavorable place to favorable place. Okay, place to favorable place. So why this is necessary? Because some plants some animals, they could not survive living in, for example, okay, they could not survive living in a very hot climate. Like for example, polar bear, which you find in a very cold places, they won't be able to survive in hot places. So what happened is, during summer they used to migrate from one place to another in order to survive. So because of this reason, they need locomotion. Okay, and number two is escape from enemies. Now if you see some animals were eaten by other animals, right? That is, they are predators. Okay, so not only animals, even human beings, if someone try to beat you or someone try to kill you, of course you may run away from that person, right? So it's the same with animals. They have to escape from their enemies, and because of this reason they need locomotion. Okay, and for the third, which is very important, to find partners for reproduction. So even animals like human beings, they need to search someone, they need to search for their mates, for their husband, for their wife, okay, like we human being did, because reproduction is the continuation of life. If there is no reproduction, there will be no you and there will be no animals in this world. These are few important revisions on what you have studied in the previous class. Now let's move on to the main topic. So topic to be covered for today are locomotion in earthworm, snail, cockroach, fish, frog, snakes, birds, and mammals. Okay, so I will take only 10 minutes, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, not more than that. Now we will explain one by one. Okay, first, here we have locomotion in earthworm. I guess you already see earthworm near your house, especially during rainy seasons, right? There are many earthworms. They don't have hands, right? They don't have bones also, but still they move from one place to another. How is that possible? That is because they have a body structure which makes them to do so. Okay, now let's see the structure of the earthworm. First, they have a long cylindrical body with many rings. You know cylindrical, right? Something like this. This is the structure of a cylindrical. And they have many rings. Now, if you see the structure of this earthworm and if you observe it carefully, you're going to see many rings which is formed on the body surface, right? Yes. So earthworm has a cylindrical body with many rings. Okay. So for number 2, bones are absent. Earthworm don't have bones. Okay. They don't have bones. And locomotion is by contraction and relaxation. I think you might already understand what is contraction and relaxation, right? So the thing is, during movement, okay, the anterior part become smaller and the posterior part, okay, this part, the back side, this becomes shorter and thicker. So here in this case they move in this direction, right? So this is done through by contraction and relaxation of the muscles. Okay, and not only that, the earthworm body secretes slimy substance. That means the earthworm is always in moist condition. The structure of the earthworm is never dry. Okay, they are moist in condition. Now let's move on to the next slide. Here we have snail. Okay, I think you already know what snail is. Even now, if you go out of your house and see some moist or damp places, you're gonna see a snail. Let's study the structure of the snail. The snail has a shell, which is the outer skeleton. So this is the shell. Okay, so what happened is this shell protects the inner parts, the body muscles of the snail. Okay, bones are absent, yeah, like the previous one, earthworm. Bones, they don't have bones. And thick structure and head of the snail helps in movement. How do they move? With the help of the thick structures and head of the snail. Okay, and another interesting thing about snail is that they produce mucus. You know what is mucus, right? The things coming out from your nose. Okay, so like earthworm, they are always moist because they produce mucus, and locomotion is done because of this structure. Okay, now next slide. Yes, we have cockroach. Do you ever see cockroach? Yes, probably each and every house has cockroach, right? They usually come out at night, and they used to find food. So cockroach can walk, they can climb, and they can fly. Why is this possible? Because they have legs and wings, right? So if you see, cockroach have 3 pairs of legs. Okay, here 1, 2, and 3 pairs of legs, and they also have 2 pairs of wings. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. So with the help of the legs and the wings, locomotion takes place. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Here we have fish. Locomotion in fish. One interesting thing about fish is that they have a streamlined body. What is streamlined body? Tapers at the end. Okay, so if you see the structure of this fish, the head part is small, and even the body, this part is small. This is called a streamlined body. Okay, so not only this, fish also have fins and tails. This, all this structure helps in their movement. Okay, and the last point is very important. They also have a strong muscles. Okay, so even though they don't have hands, legs like us, they still have a body structure which help them in their movement. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Yes, now we have a frog. So do you ever see frog in real? Yes, everyone, each and every one of you, I bet everyone will see frog, right? Nowadays, some frog might come inside your house, isn't it? So locomotion in frogs, how does the frog move? Simple. They have the hind limbs. Okay, so here this part is the hind limbs. This part is the forelimbs. Okay, they have the hind limbs with webbed feet which help in movement. You know webbed feet? Suppose this is a feet and something like this. Okay, even in the duck you can see the presence of webbed feet. This help in swimming in the water. Okay. Now let's move on to the next slide again. Here we have snakes. Okay, very simple. These snakes, they have a long backbone. That means the skeletal system is present in snakes. They have a long backbone. Okay, and not only that, these like the previous, they don't have hands, they don't have legs, but still they can move. Okay, because snake usually crawl on the ground. They didn't stand with their feet. Okay, snake, they crawl on the ground and they do not move in a straight line. You will never see a snake moving in a straight line like this. They usually form a loop like structure and they move it this way. Okay, so these are the loop. Here also you can see this part are the loop. Okay, so this is how they move. They move by crawling and they did not move in a straight line. Okay, the next slide is birds. You will see varieties of birds in this world, right? Some they can fly high up in the sky and some they can swim, right? So there are different types of birds. Now we will talk about the structure of the birds. Here we have, like fish, birds also have streamlined body. Now I already explained what are streamlined body. Here the head becomes smaller, the body becomes bigger, and then it becomes smaller again. So this is a streamlined body. Okay, like fish, this also help in locomotion. And the next point is strong breast muscles. You know which one is your breast part? Your near your chest. Okay, that is your breast muscles. So birds have a very strong breast muscles which help them in flying. Okay, not only that, they also have bones which are light and hollow. In order to fly, the birds needs to be light, right? They should not be heavy. So obviously they have a hollow and light bones. Okay, and like I said, there are birds which can swim inside the water. For example, duck. Okay, water birds have webbed feet which help them to swim. So this is the webbed feet I'm talking about. Okay, because of this, some birds, duck is also a bird, right? But instead of flying high up in the sky like an eagle, they can swim. Okay, now next slide. Yes, locomotion in mammals. I don't think I need to explain this in detail because you already know how locomotion takes place in human beings, right? So mammals simply means have breastfeeding. Okay, so in that case, even in human beings, the skeletal system and the muscle system helps in locomotion. Okay, so this much for today, and I hope you understand it very well. And with this, we come to the end of our chapter, that is chapter 8. So here I'm going to give you a few assignment. Number 1, to complete all the exercise of page 100 and 101. You have to turn to page 100 and 101, and you have to complete all the exercise. And remember, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 should be written down in your notebook with neat and clean handwriting. Okay, you should always improve your handwriting. I don't expect that everyone should have good handwriting, but you should know how to maintain your notebooks, so that when I check your notebooks, it will be easier for me to check, and also you should know how to maintain it neat and clean. Okay, it will be good for you in the future. And the last point is, it is not necessary to rewrite the one you have already completed before. Like I said, you might already complete some questions already, but then just find out the questions which you have not done yet and start writing after this class. Yeah, so you have to submit your notes on the 11th of July, that is this coming Saturday. Okay, so get ready, and if you have any doubts, any problem, I'm always ready to help you. So this much today. Thank you for listening the videos till the end. Actually, it is good for you, and I hope you write down all the notes, all the exercise, and learn it by heart. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.